face just as an offensive lineman? What's the biggest change for you guys this spring?
I would say definitely the scheme-wise. This offense is a lot more. We're targeting stuff a lot more than we were last year. A lot more different schemes, everything we do, which has created a whole different challenge, at least for me at center, having to ID different things and recognize defenses not only outside, like in the box, but outside the box. So that's probably been the biggest challenge we've had, and then the tempo of practice.
Going off of that, can you talk a little bit about what you want to focus on in your personal development at this point?
For me, it's trying to fine-tune my abilities at center. I feel like that's where I've been able to play some of my best ball at since I've gotten here, and just trying to take that next step.
Were you always planning to play center here, or was that kind of a process getting to that as your home?
So when I came in, Zach Yenser was still here. He wanted me to play. He wanted me to play all three interior, and then through the coaching changes and stuff, we ended up settling on center.
What do you think makes you suited for that position?
I feel like for me, I've always been kind of a smarter football player. I can recognize things, and I feel like that helps me get ahead and know what the defense is doing.
Anything else for Hayes? All right, easy.
All right, thank you.
No questions for him?
How different is your role in this new scheme versus what you did last year?
I would say I'm a lot more in the box with Coach Bateman. I feel like personnel-wise, like the player that I am, I don't feel like I've changed much. But I would say the scheme that Coach Bateman runs is a little different than last year.
What made you want to come back?
I love Lexington. Once I found out that Coach Stein and Coach Bateman was coming, I feel like it was a no-brainer that I stayed. So the pair of those two, that's why I stayed.
What do you like about the two of them?
I love how aggressive Coach Bateman is, and Coach Stein is a very fast-paced. He was a very fast-paced coordinator, and just I trust that he has the right pieces, and he knows the right people, bring the right people in. So I just trusted that, and that was why.
How exciting is it as an edge guy when you hear they're going to be aggressive and go after the quarterback?
It's super exciting because it takes a little bit of pressure off of me in terms of what the offense is going, how the offense is going to scout the defense. So, I really can't ask for nothing more than just as much individual work on the tackle as possible. So.
What's your impressions of Coach Washington?
I love him. Honestly, I love the way he coaches. He doesn't overcoach, but he's very passionate about what he does. He's very detailed about how he goes about work, and he's very like adamant about just being the best you can be every day and going to work every day, not necessarily punching the clock, but being very intentional in paying the bills, basically, is how he says runners do. And
he's one of those young coaches on the staff who's just doing it not too long ago. How much does it help kind of?
It helps a lot because he still has like a player perspective on a lot of things, and he understands how we think. I feel like more than some other coaches may. So it's a cool thing to have, as a position coach for sure.
What do you think about the pace of practice?
Man, it's fast. I love it though. I feel like it puts us in the best position to have great games and play at game speed. So that way, we don't have to adjust forward. We can always adjust back. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's the best way to practice, honestly, because we'll always be prepared to the best of our abilities because we don't have to speed up to anybody else's pace. We have the fastest pace, so that's good.
How much did you get down the stretch last year when you played so much more after Sam got hurt? What's that experience? What did it do for you?
It did a lot. It did wonders for me because I didn't have any game experience really, so having early game experience, I feel like it instilled a lot of confidence in me and a lot of confidence in my abilities, made me trust myself more. So I feel like having that opportunity really just took me to another level mentally. So it definitely helped me.
Still been helping you guys. And we heard from
Absolutely.
the leadership, even when working back, it's still been really evident.
Absolutely. He's always there. He's present. He's a vocal leader. I mean, he really leads by example. I wouldn't say, even though he's not really, in team periods in practice, like he's is there as much as anybody else, if not more. So he's a great leader for us.
Coach Stein said that he's known as an offensive mind coach. Coach Payton kind of jokes that he's a defense-friendly coach. So, I mean, how does having an offensive mind coach who loves this fast-paced play, how does it help you and the defense kind of get better?
We work together. Coach Stein always come into the D-staff meetings, or not D-staff, the defensive meetings, and he always let us know, like, even though he's an offensive guy, like, the defense is just as important as anything. So, they have their relationship that obviously I don't know about, but I love how we practice together. We take care of each other, and I would say that's all I can ask for as a player. You know what I'm saying? Just being in a position to where we're going to make each other better every practice.
Anyone else? Very good. All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.